With Halloween creeping closer, here is one of the greatest scary stories ever written. It's the epic poem Shanter by Robert Burns, so you might struggle with some of the Scots words, but hopefully you get the gist. When Chapman billies leave the street, and drouthy neighbours meet, as market days are wearing late and folk begin to tack the gate, while we sit boozing at the nappy, getting foo and uncoo happy. We think that the Langscat smiles, the mosses, watters, slaps and stiles that lie between us and our hame, where sits our sulky, sullen dame, gathering her brows like gathering storm, nursing her wrath to keep it warm. This truth found honest Tam Shanter, as he frae air a night did canter. Old air, whom ne'er a town surpasses, for honest men and bonny lasses. O Tam, hast thou but been sae wise as ta'en thy ain wife Kate's advice? She told thee well thou was a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, that frae November till October, a market day thou wasna sober. That ilka melder with a miller, thou sat as lang as thou had siller. That every naig was ca'd a shoe on, the smith and thee got roaring foo on. That at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, thou drank with Curtin Jean till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon thou would be found deep drowned in Doon, or catched with warlocks in the muck, by Alloway's old haunted kirk. Ah, gentle dames, it gars me greet to think how mony counsels sweet, how mony length and sage advices the husband frae the wife despises. But to our tale, a market night, Tam had got planted uncoo right, fast by an ingle bleezing finely, with reaming swats that drank divinely, and at his elbow, Suitor Johnny, his ancient, trusty, drouthy crony. Tam loved him like a very brother. They had been foo for weeks together. The night drave on with sangs and clatter, and aye, the ale was growing better. The landlady and Tam grew gracious, with secret favours sweet and precious. The suitor told his queerest stories. The landlord's laugh was ready chorus. The storm without mare, rare and rustle. Tam didna mind the storm a whistle. Care mad to see a man sae happy. Even drowned himself among the nappy. As bees flee hame with lades of treasure, the minutes winged their way with pleasure. Kings may be blessed, but Tam was glorious, o'er all the ills of life victorious. But pleasures are like poppies spread. You seize the flower, its bloom is shed, or like the snow falls in the river, a moment white, then melts forever. Or like the borealis race, that flit ere you can point their place. Or like the rainbow's lovely form, vanishing amid the storm. Nae man can tell her time or tide, the hour approaches, Tam on ride. That hour of night's black arch the key stain, that dreary hour he mounts his beastin', and sick a night he tacks the road in, as ne'er poor sinner was abroad. The wind blew as 'twad blown its last. The rattling showers rose on the blast. The speedy gleams the darkness swallowed. Loud, deep and lang the thunder bellowed. That night a child might understand the deil had business on his hand. Wheel mounted on his grey mare Meg, a better never lifted leg. Tam skelpit on through dub and mire, despising wind and rain and fire, while holding fast his good blue bonnet, while crooning o'er some old Scots sonnet, whilst glowering round with prudent cares, lest bogles catch him unawares. Kirk Alloway was drawing nigh, where ghaists and hoolits at night like cry. By this time he was cross the ford, where in the snaw the chapman smoored, and past the birks and meikle stane, where drunken Charlie brags neck bane, and through the winds and by the cairn, where hunters found the murdered bairn, and near the thorn aboon the well, where Mungo's mither hanged hersel. Before him Doon pours all his floods, the Dublin storm roars through the woods, a lightning flash from pole to pole, near and more near the thunders roll, when glimmering through the groaning trees, Kirk Alloway seemed in a blaze. Through ilka bore the beams were glancing, and loud resounded mirth and dancing. Inspiring bold John Barleycorn, what dangers thou canst make us scorn, with Tippany we fear nae evil, with Ishkavay we'll face the devil. The swats say reigned in Tammy's noddle. Fair play cared na deals a boddle, but Maggie stood right sair astonished, till by the heel and hand admonished, she ventured forward on the light, and wow, Tam saw an uncouth sight. warlocks and witches in a dance. Now caught along Brent new fae France, but hornpipes, jigs, strathspeys and reels put life and metal in their heels. A winnock bunker in the east, there sat old Nick in shape of beast. A towsy tyke, black, grim and large, to gie the music was his charge. He screwed the pipes and gart them skirl till roof and rafters all did dirl. Coffins stood round like open presses that showed the dead in their last dresses, and by some devilish cantrip slight, each in its cold hand held a light, by which heroic Tam was able to note upon the haly table a murderer's banes and gibbet irons, 2 span lang wee unchristened bairns, a thief new cut frae a rape, with his last gasp his gab did gape, 5 tomahawks with blood red rusted, 5 scimitars with murder crusted, a garter which a babe had strangled, a knife a father's throat had mangled, whom his ain son of life bereft, the grey hairs yet stacked to the heft, with mair horrible and awful, which e'en to name would be unlawful. As Tammy glowered, amazed and curious, and mirth and fun grew fast and furious, the piper loud and louder blew, the dancers quick and quicker flew, they reeled, they set, they crossed, they cleek it, till ilka carlin swat and reek it, and cooster durrels ter a wark, and link it at it in her sark. Now Tam, oh Tam, had they been queens, up plump and strapping in their teens, their sarks instead of creashy flannin been snaw white 1700 linen, their breeks o' mine my only pair, the ains were plush o' good blue hair. I would hae gi'en them off aye hurdies for a blink o' the bonny birdies. But withered beldams, auld and droll, rig woody hags and speen a fall, louping and flinging on a crummock, I wonder didna it turn thy stomach. But Tam ken what fu brawly, there was a wisdom wench and wally, that night enlisted in the corps, lang after Kent on Carrick shore, for mony a beast to dead she shot, and perished mony a bonny boat, and shook baith meikle, corn and bear, and kept the countryside in fear. Her cutty sark, o paisley harn, that while a lassie she had worn, in longitudes, though sorely scanty, it was her best, and she was fanty. A little kent thy reverend granny, that sark she coughed for her wee nanny, with £12 Scots, 'twas all her riches, would ever graced a dance of witches. But here my muse her wing maun cower, sic flights are far beyond her power, to sing how Nanny lapping flang, a supple jad she was and strang, and how Tam stood like ane bewitched, and thought his very ain enriched. Even Satan glowered and fudged fu fain, and hotched and blew with might and main, till first he caper, sin another, Tam tint his reason a' and roars out, "Weel done, cutty sark!" And in an instant, all was dark. And scarcely had he Maggie rallied, when out the hellish legion sallied. His bees biz out with angry fike, when plundering hares assail their bike, as open pussy's mortal foes, when pop she starts before their nose, as eager runs the market crowd, when catch the thief resounds aloud. So Maggie runs, the witches follow, with mony an eldritch screech and hollow. Ah Tam, thou'll get thy faring, in hell they'll roast thee like a herring. In vain thy Kate awaits thy coming, Kate soon will be a woeful woman. Now do thy speedy utmost, Meg, and win the key stain of the brig. There at them thou thy tail may toss, a running stream they darena cross. But ere the key stain she could make, the faint a tail she had to shake, for Nanny, far before the rest, hard upon noble Maggie pressed, and flew at Tam with furious ettle. But little wist she Maggie's mettle. A spring brought off her master's hail, but left behind her ain grey tail. The carlin caught her by the rump, and left poor Maggie scarce a stump. Now o' this tale the truth shall read. Ilk man and mother's son, take heed. Whenever to drink you are inclined, or cutty sarks run in your mind, think ye may buy the joys o'er dear, remember, Tam o' Shanter's mare. Slanshire.